Tear or Tear is more than just a breakup song. It's a love letter from BTS to BTS. A song that speaks of separation, not just in relationships, but in bonds that once felt unbreakable. During an episode of Big Hit Music Record on Melon Station, Jungkook recalled the first time he heard Tear or Tear. He was getting his makeup done, and as the song played, the emotions overwhelmed him. He burst into tears. Unable to stop crying, he had to run out of the room. At that time, BTS was battling immense pressure and exhaustion. 2017 to 2018 was one of their most turbulent periods. Disbandment was on the table. The weight of their journey had become nearly unbearable. Later, Suga revealed that Tear or Tear was never about a romantic breakup. He wrote it as a message to the members, reflecting on the pain of possibly parting ways forever. In episode 6 of Break the Silence, he shared, "The lyrics for Tear or Tear were written for the members. At that time, we were seriously contemplating whether we should quit or not. When I played the song for them, we all cried together." In May 2018, RM expanded on the dual meaning of tear or tear. He said if you pronounce it tear, it's the tear that falls from your eyes. But if you say tear, it means to rip apart. So which tear mean for each of us? For RM, it was tears of sorrow. For Suga, it was the feeling of being torn apart. For J-Hope, it was the fear of those painful moments. Each interpretation mirrored their inner strength, their fears, and the pain of possibly losing each other. Let's get on with the lyrics. The lyrics goes, "Farewell, my tear. Without my knowing, it blooms on the corner of my eyes. The words we could not say in the end stream down, and regrets crawl on my face." The Korean word "ibyol" doesn't have a direct English equivalent. It's not quite farewell, but more like parting or a time of separation. Similarly, "milyon," often translated as regret, carries a deeper meaning. It's more than just remorse. It's a lingering attachment, a residual love or longing that makes letting go difficult. In this song, Tear, the imagery of parting and tears is intertwined. Just like tears, farewells creep up on you unnoticed, welling in your eyes before you even realize they're there. The unsaid words in the lyrics also mirror tears as they are described using the same verb for flowing or streaming down, reinforcing the connection between unspoken emotions and silent tears. Even regret takes on the form of tears, described as something that crawls down the face, further deepening the song's visual and emotional impact. Instead of repeating the word tear, BTS paints an image that allows you to see or imagine or even feel grief, loss, and lingering emotions, making the song's meaning all the more profound. At one time, you were dear, now just bitter beer. The heart stained with belated self-loathing empties with even just the wind that passes by. Here goes wordplay. They pronounce the word beer like bio. It carries multiple meanings. It could mean empty or to be emptied. In the lyrics, a heart stained with belated self-loathing is described as being caught, being emptied, even by the mere passing of the wind. This is actually a Korean expression that describes bitterly cold winds as being sharp enough to slice through the skin. If you've ever been to Chicago or even Korea during the height of winter, the cold wind could actually feel like this. It's as if it's going to cut through your skin. So the use of the word cut in this context conveys both emotional pain and physical coldness, reinforcing the sense of deep vulnerability and isolation. It also ties into the overarching theme of tearing, which, as I've mentioned in the opening, is also another key motif in the song. Though the wind is just passing by, it is enough to wound him because a heart burdened with regret and self-loathing is far more fragile, more susceptible to pain, even from something unintentional. The final line ends with "pio," which due to the Korean word order lands perfectly in a way that phonetically resembles beer in English, creating a subtle rhyme with preceding lines. Too many truths, too many comforting words. I don't want to listen to that. I was just really afraid because it seemed like it could be that there were no moments when I loved you. Belatedly, that you were sincere, that you were the one who loved me more. In the line that you were the only one who loved me doesn't mean you were the only one who loved me in all of the universe. It actually implies you loved me more than I love you. This subtle distinction deepens the emotional weight of the song as it shifts from a general statement to a realization of personal guilt and self-doubt. At its core, Tear or Tear is a song drenched in guilt, not just over the breakup itself, but over the terrifying thought that the other person's love was real, while his own may not have been. It's a painful reckoning. What if I never truly loved you the way that you loved me? And perhaps even more haunting, what if I only realized it too late? In the next line, when they say, "You're my tear, you're my tear," I think it's safe to say that the first line was intentionally made to sound like tears from the eyes, while the second one actually sounds like being torn apart. And when they do it the third time, the final time, it shifts to fear. And we know it was intentional as related by RM because that is what J-Hope's interpretation is. Farewell, to me, is tear because tears are just luxury. In Korean, a luxury means something you do not deserve. The lyrics implies he doesn't deserve to cry. That the farewell is some sort of a punishment or a consequence, a price that he needed to pay for not doing the right thing. In the next lines, there is no such thing as a beautiful farewell. So please start now. Cut the heart slowly, step on the pieces, tear it into shreds, and burn it. So nothing remains. This is Suga's part, and this is allegedly a very Korean sentiment where stepping on something or shredding something or breaking something isn't really an act of hate. It's more complete indifference. So the lines actually means to say the farewell is so painful that even hatred is a form of kindness. So indifference is the highest form of abandonment because hatred means you still feel something towards that person. In this song, it's like he was asking for the highest form of punishment, a farewell that has no feelings with it. In the end, Tear or Tear is not just a song about separation, it's a song about brotherhood, breaking apart, and the wounds left behind when a bond is tested to its limits. It is very uniquely a BTS sentiment at this stage. The song continues, so that even the burnt ash doesn't remain. This is real you and this is real me. I've now seen the end and even my resentment doesn't remain. So this is a reinforcement of above. At this point, there's no more anger, no more fighting. It's just acceptance of the end. They've given up totally. The even resentment which might have kept them emotionally tied to the past, or it might give them some desire to patch things up, that's gone. The speaker is left with nothing. No love, no hate, just emptiness. Pure indifference. I woke up from my sweet dream and closed my eyes. At this point, the relationship, once a dream, is now over. The act of closing the eyes symbolizes moving on, but not necessarily in a hopeful way. From now on, fear will repeat itself. From now on, I'm with incurable disease of parting. You're my beginning and end. That is all. This is about the fear of cyclical pain. The final lines introduce a haunting inevitability that this pain will happen again and again. That parting is no longer a one-time event. It's a permanent condition. So it's not like they will end the parting stage and then move on. It's like they're stuck in this parting time. And as a result, they feel like any other relationship they get into, romantic or otherwise, will always end the same way. And this concept of repeating wounds is reinforced in the final shift from tear to fear as they sing or rap, "You're my fear, you're my fear." Losing love is no longer just painful, it is terrifying. They aren't just broken from the separation, they are now conditioned to expect future separations, turning love into something to fear. Tear or Tear is one of BTS's most emotionally complex song. I don't think I did justice to the song, quite honestly, although please know that I tried my best. It isn't just a breakup song, it's a reflection on bonds being torn apart, whether romantic, personal, and in BTS's case, that brotherly, family like, or beyond bond. It captures the pain of regret not just over losing someone, but over questioning whether love was ever real. It portrays separation as violent, painful, and inevitable, but something beautiful or poetic, oddly enough. It ends with emotional numbness, implying that moving on doesn't always mean healing. It can also mean accepting emptiness. With its brilliant use of wordplay, layered metaphors, and raw emotion, Tear or Tear stands as one of BTS's most powerful exploration of heartbreak, self-doubt, and the fear of love itself. I would love to hear your thoughts and your ideas on this. So please leave them in the comment section below. You can say whatever it is that you want to say for as long as you say it respectfully. Also, please follow me on Patreon if you're looking for a place where you can express yourself, express your ideas, especially if it's an unpopular one, and not worry about getting mobbed or getting hated or getting canceled. That is the place for you. For as long as you express yourself or say what you want to say respectfully, you should be good. Follow me on X or on Twitter as well, and also on Instagram. If you ended up liking this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification button. And of course, share the video if you can. Thank you.